Now we have designed one more program based on the CBSE examination pattern. This program is used to calculate the incentives for a salesperson. The user inputs the sales amount in the first text field. Now the incentives are to be calculated on the condition that if the sales amount is between 5 lakhs and 10 lakhs, then the incentive to be given to the salesperson is 2% of the total sales amount. If this amount exceeds 10 lakhs, then the incentive to be given to the salesperson is 3% of the sales amount. In addition to this incentive, if the user reports maximum sales, then 1% additional incentive is given. If the user reports maximum count of customers, then 1% additional incentive is given. And if the salesperson reports excellent customer feedback, then 1% additional sales amount incentive is to be given to the salesperson. Now suppose the user inputs 15 lakh as the sales amount, and he or she has reported maximum sales as well as the maximum count of customers. So 3% for the sales amount as the amount is exceeding 10 lakhs, plus 1% for maximum sales and 1% for maximum count of customers. So total incentive comes out to be 3% plus 1% plus 1% equals to 5%. So 5% of the 15 lakhs comes out to be 75,000 rupees total incentives. Now let us see how this program works. Actually, we have taken here, we have two jText fields. First jText field is used to receive the sales amount from the user, and in the second jText field the total incentives calculated are displayed. Okay, now we have taken three checkboxes, one for maximum sales, one for maximum count of customers, and one for excellent customer feedback. Now recall from the previous video lessons that if we have number of checkboxes, then out of the given number of checkboxes, any number of checkboxes may be selected by the user. Okay, now let us see how the coding part is done. We have taken a sales variable, a variable of data type integer, and we have initialized it to 0. Now we have two variables, incentive percentage inc underscore per, and incentive of these two variables are of data type double, and we have initialized 0 to the we have put 0 in both the variables. Now first thing is, as the user inputs the sales amount in the first jText field, so we have to extract that value, and that is done with the help of the getText method of the jText field 1. Now that value is in string that needs to be converted into sales, and the data type of sales is int, so we have to use the integer wrapper class and the parse int method of the class integer, which will convert our string into numeric, or basically the integer value. So after executing this line, the sales variable will be assigned the value which is input by the user in the first text field. Okay, now we have to check what value has been input by the user in the text field, jText field 1, which is in sales. Now if that amount is between 5 lakhs and 10 lakhs, so we have to use the logical operator here so that both the conditions are satisfied. If it is so, then the incentive percentage equals to 2.0, and if the sales exceeds 10 lakh, if sales is greater than 10 lakh, then the incentive percentage is 3.0. Okay, now we have to check whether the user has reported the maximum sales or the maximum count of customers or the excellent customer feedback. So for that purpose, we need to use the isSelected method of the class jChechkBox. So we have written here jChechkBox 1.isSelected. It will return true if user has selected maximum sales. Okay, so if it is so, then we have to give additional 1% incentive to the user. So incentive percentage equals to previous incentive percentage plus 1.0. In the same fashion for second and third checkboxes. Now once that incentive, or we can say once it is checked that where the user has selected which particular checkboxes has been selected by the user, we have to calculate the total incentive, and it will be sales into incentive percentage upon 100. So that value is assigned to the incentive variable, and now as incentive variable is of data type double, now that value needs to be converted to string, and we have to use the value of method of the class string to convert the numeric value into string and assign it to the jText field 2 with the help of the setText method. Now let us run this program. How our program works, let us see. Suppose this sales amount which has been input by the user is 50,000, and he or she has not reported any of these options, that is maximum sales or maximum count of customers or excellent customer feedback. Now depending upon the condition that as the sales amount is less than 5 lakhs, in that case no incentive should be given to the salesperson. So total incentives are 0. Okay, now the amount, suppose we are inputting, is 6 lakhs, and according to the condition 2% of the total sales amount is to be given to the user as incentive. So 2% of the 6 lakhs comes out to be rupees 12,000. So our program is calculating the total incentive as rupees 12,000. Okay, now suppose the sales amount is 6 lakhs and user has reported maximum sales as well as maximum count of customers, suppose. So in that case 2% plus 1% plus 1%, so it comes out to be 4% of the sales amount is to be given as incentive. So 6 lakhs, 4% of 6 lakhs comes out to be 24,000 rupees. Okay, that is to be given to the user as incentive. So suppose now instead of this one, user has reported a sales amount of rupees 15 lakhs, and he or she has reported all these three options, that is maximum sales, maximum count of customers, and excellent customer feedback. So 3%, as the amount is exceeding 10 lakhs, so 3% incentives plus 1% plus 1% plus 1%, 6% incentive is to be given. So if we calculate it, then it comes out to be 90,000 rupees. So in this program what we have learnt is that how we can use checkboxes and how to check it that the user has selected the checkbox or not, and that is done with the help of the isSelected method of the checkboxes. isSelected method is also used along with the JRadio buttons that we have discussed in the previous video lessons.